Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to English Line, our English learning channel. Today I would like to talk about past simple, but not exactly past simple. The irregular verbs that we use to make past simple. So in one of my videos I talked about past simple. If you want to watch that video, I will leave the link to that video below so you can check it out. So today I will give you some structures how to remember these irregular verbs. But first of all, let's talk about, in short, let's talk about past simple. How do we form, how do we make past simple? We know that in order to make past simple, we use irregular verbs, right? Irregular verbs. And as I told you, irregular verbs. So, with the help of regular verbs, we make the basic form for past simple. It is, we add to the main verb the ending ed. For example, the verb cook plus ed, we have cooked. Super easy. I cooked yesterday. I cooked dinner yesterday or last night. Next, one more verb. Play plus ed. We have what? We have played. I played football yesterday, right? So cooked, played. Simple verbs plus ed, and we make it with the help of regular verbs in past simple. Right? So if you see the ending ed, it means it's past. Now the most interesting, also we have irregular verbs. So to make past simple, you have to remember the irregular verbs. What does it mean, irregular verbs? It means that you just know the fixed form and you have to remember them and you have to use them in the correct form. For example, the following verbs like cost, 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 cost. So you think, what does it mean cost, cost, cost? So here, cost, this is the main verb, right? So this is the second group, we call it past simple. This is actually this is past simple, and number 3, it is past participle. Past participle. So the second group and the third group. So we call them number 2 past simple, number 3 past participle. So to make past simple, you just have to remember this second group. So for example, this pencil cost $2, right? It means I bought it maybe yesterday or last week. The next, for example, pay, paid, paid. I paid $2 for it. I paid. This is past simple, the fixed form. Next, throw, threw, thrown. Throw, threw, thrown. Right? The second group again, threw. I threw the ball to the garden, for example. And one more, chose, choose. So choose, chose, chosen, for example. Right? Choose, chose, chosen. All right, you see, we change the main verb into chose. This is past simple that we have to use. This is the irregular verb. And one more example, the popular one, drink, drank, drunk. Drink, drank, drunk, drunk. You see, we changed the letter I into A and we have drank. I drank orange juice, for example, I don't know, 2 days ago. Now I want to drink, apple juice. So, you see, the fixed forms that you have to remember. That's why we call them irregular. Cost, cost, cost. Pay, paid, paid. Throw, threw, thrown. Choose, chose, chosen. Drink, drank, drunk. So, you see that sometimes it's not so easy to remember all the irregular verbs. That's why you can have some difficulties, because it's not easy to keep all of them in mind. So that's why I'd like to share with you some structures that will help you memorize them, like memorize most of them. So, and to know the structure is very important, because you may forget some of the forms, right? And if you know the structure, I think it will be easy for you to reproduce these forms of irregular verbs. So that's why I would like to start with the structure for irregular verbs. So let's start. All right. 1. So the first group is, first I will write verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. Do you remember in irregular verbs I showed you 3 forms: main verb, past simple, and past participle. So this is main verb, this is past simple, verb 2, and verb 3, past participle. Actually we use it in perfect tense, but right now this is important to make past simple, but you memorize all the forms. So it means that we repeat the verb, the main verb, in past simple and in past participle. So it is the same for this group. Very easy. For example, cut, cut, cut. Next, put, put, put. You know these verbs, I'm sure. Next, let, let, let. You see, you repeat the verbs one more time. Cut, cut, cut. Put, put, put. Let, let, let. Super easy. The easiest group to remember the irregular verbs. So, the group number 2. Let me write the next group. So, it is verb 2 and verb 3 are the same. It means verb 1 is one verb, but we change the verb 2, and then verb 3 is the same like verb 2. Past simple and past participle are the same. For example, sell, sold, sold. Sell, sold, sold. Next one. Tell, told, told. Tell, told, told. Next. Say, said, said. Say, said, said. You see, we have the main verb, and in past simple we change this verb, and then we repeat the same form in past participle. So let's repeat once again. Sell, sold, sold. Tell, told, told. Say, said, said. Super easy, right? So try to remember these forms. All right. And now we are coming for the group number 3. And the group number 3 will have 4 categories. We will call them like A, B, C, D. All right? Are you ready? Okay. All right. So, group number 3. So, group number 3, the category, let's call it A. It is, in the main verb, you have letter O, and in the past simple, it becomes E, right? And in verb 3, past participle, we have the ending with N letter. So we change the letter O into E. For example, blow, blew, blown. Let me write. Blow, blew, blown. You see, the letter O, we changed it into E letter and then blown, the ending N. The next one, grow, grew, grown. Grow, grew, grown. Alright, next, know, knew, known. Know, knew, known. Let's repeat once again. So, blow, blew, blown. Grow, grew, grown. Know, knew, known. Alright? Super easy as you can see. So, the next group, the same group, number 3, but category B. Right? So, alright. So, here, in the main verb, we have letters EA. Okay, so in the verb to, that is past simple, we change it into O. And in the verb 3, we have the ending N. For example, break. Break, broke, broken. Let me write. Break, broke, broken. Next, wear, wore, worn. Alright, and one more verb. Swear, swore, sworn. You can translate into your native language these verbs. You can just press the pause and then translate them. So, once again, repeat. Break, broke, broken. Wear, wore, worn. Swear, swore, sworn. Right? You see, letters EA change into O, and then at the end, in past participle, we have N letter. Alright, now let's talk about the category C of the group 3. Alright? So, category C. Here we have the main verb, and the letter A is stressed here, right? Next, in past simple, verb 2, we have double O letters, and in verb 3, we have the end, aken. For example, take, took, taken. You see, the letter A is stressed. Take, took, taken. Next, mistake, mistook, mistaken. And the next verb is shake, shook, shaken. You see, all of them have aken, aken at the end, and double O letter, and this letter A, we don't say mistake, we say mistake, is stressed. Once again, let's repeat with me. Take, took, taken. Mistake, mistook, mistaken. Shake, shook, shaken. Alright? Now the category D, the last one of the group 3. So, it's the following. In the main verb, we have letter I, which is stressed. And in past simple, it changes into letter A. And in verb 3, we have letter U, but we pronounce it like A. For example, begin, began, begun. Begin, began, begun. Next one, sing, sang, sung. Super easy, you know these verbs, I'm sure. And one more example, swim, swam, swum. Alright, we see letter A, I, we don't say begin, we say begin, so it's stressed. Then letter I changes into A, and then at the end we have letter U, which gives the sound A. Begin, began, begun. Sing, sang, sung. Swim, swam, swum. Alright? So, as you can see, it's super easy to remember these structures. So, to know the structure is important because, as I told you, it makes easier to remember all the forms of irregular verbs. But sometimes, even if you know the structure, sometimes you may forget the form, the correct form of irregular verbs. And then I have advice for you. So, you remember that when I explained it to you, I repeated several times, so you can remember the music, the tone of these verbs. So my advice is, you learn the structure, very nice, great, but when you learn the structure, try to pronounce these verbs loudly. Try to say them, try to pronounce them. Don't learn them by heart like that, just in your mind, like No, just try to pronounce them, because you can forget the structure, maybe you can forget the correct form of the verb, but you remember the music of these verbs. That's why when you learn them loudly, pronounce them, like take, took, taken, mistake, mistook, mistaken. Even if you forget the correct form, you just feel the verb. You start to feel it. You start to feel that this is the right form of the irregular verb. So that's why try to pronounce them. That's the main advice that I have. So I hope that this structure was helpful and it will help you to learn the irregular verbs in future. And as I told you, if you know the irregular verbs, it will be easier for you to speak in English, to speak using past simple. You don't waste time thinking about the correct form of the irregular verb. You just say them automatically because you know the structure, because you know the pronunciation, you know the music of the verb. So that's why I hope this was very helpful to you. And just one more advice is to practice them. Not just memorize, but try to make sentences with them. You don't learn just the forms of the irregular verbs, you learn their translation, you learn their usage in the sentence. So that's why my main advice is learn them loudly, reproduce them, repeat them, and make sentences with them. So with the past simple, right? If you want to learn the irregular verbs for past simple. So that is all for today, my friends. I want you to subscribe to our channel English Live. Like this video if you want to see more grammar videos like that. And I wish you good luck and see you next time.